This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie skies are wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas.
Howdy! Welcome
Yeehaw.
to a King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am still rusty.
It's still Rusty. Rusty, we have, I believe, reached the end of a season once again.
Finally, at the end of another season, 22 plus weeks, 22, 3, 5, 6 weeks, somewhere around there. It took us to get through it all, but we are here. This is actually 8 ABE 20, so this would have actually was prepped around to be season 20 or episode 20 of season 8, but it didn't. And we actually have a menage a trois of 90s lady actors. In this one, we have Jenny Medina, who is played by none other than Lindsay Lohan. You have April, I believe, who is Allison Hannigan, and from Buffy the Vampire. So imagine Buffalo the Vampire Slayer, and it's just a
Buffalo the Vampire
buffalo. It's just a buffalo slaying vampires with his silver horns.
I can see that.
And then, no, sorry, April is Laura Prepon, who is from the 70s show, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Stacey Gibson, is Allison Hannigan. So Allison
Stacey
Hannigan,
Gibson.
Yeah, the student. So it's Allison Hannigan, it's Lindsay Lohan, it's Laura Prepon. So that's all the 90s, 2000 gals.
All right, so this was aired May 16th, 2004, I believe.
Yep.
So honestly, we're not far off.
That's what I said, like, right. It happens once a year since we've been doing this podcast where we kind of stagger around and then we get kind of close to the actual air dates of some of these episodes.
Fairly close. All right, let's get this one up on the runway and see if it'll take off. All right, Bobby infuriates Hank by training as a student counselor, then upsets Connie by breaking the rules and dating one of his own clients, only to be stalked by a girl he's just advised to break up with her boyfriend. This is a classic Bobby kind of doing something for one reason and it turning out to be a bad idea. Kind of like eating all the pate.
Oh yeah, pate is good, but yeah, it's probably not good if you have the gout.
All right, so we start at Tom Landry Middle School. We've got Bobby and Joseph waiting outside the ladies' room, which not creepy at all. And Joseph has a hat on that is just a weird looking hat. And Bobby says, Joseph, meeting girls is about to get a whole lot easier. They've all got to go to the bathroom sometime, and now they'll have to go right by us. It's such a creepy phrase.
It is a very creepy phrase.
Joseph says,
this whole beginning scene is super creepy. Like, Bobby should have shut it down.
Joseph says, tell me honestly, is this hat cool? My dad says it's cool. Is it cool? Bobby looks at him and just goes, eh. And then he holds the door open for some girls. Number one, get your hand off the ladies' bathroom door, Bobby.
Yeah, well, just don't even be near the ladies' bathroom door. Not only get your hand off of the door, like, just get your face away from the door, get your life away from the door. Just get away from the door.
I always feel weird when I'm in a place and I just happen to be like walking by or sitting there or something. I look up and somebody's coming out of the ladies' room and I can see in there. I think it's just verboten for me to even look in there, you know?
Yeah, there's like a couch and like a 75-inch TV, and it's like catered hors d'oeuvres.
It's always some guy in a loincloth with a fan of leaves, you know? All right. So he holds the door open for the girls and he goes, "So what brings you ladies here today? I mean, they probably have to take a dump, Bobby. That's probably what it is." And
absolutely.
the girls just roll their eyes. And then those two wait outside. And from the inside, they hear, "We're not coming out until you leave," which is a good choice, ladies. Good choice.
Very good choice.
All right, so now both of them are kind of sad in class because that didn't work. The teacher says, "As most of you know, next quarter will be the first time we get to take electives. Electives are classes that you elect to take and you're not forced to take." Thank you for that. And then
what electives did you take in high school?
Say it again.
What electives did you? I'm gonna guess that you did like art and theater.
No, I went to a very restrictive school, so
I forgot.
We even had any electives. I tried to play football. And was offsides 5 times and quit. So that's about as close as I got to an elective.
Okay.
We could do Jesus time, I guess, or something. I don't know. It was not.
They gave you extracurricular time to pray. Oh, you want to pray? Take an hour. Just take an hour.
Right. Go ahead and take an hour. Go ahead and take an hour. Get in your locker.
Take a nap on the pew.
So she says, these are classes you're not forced to take. And then this one really cool kid says, "I like to take nothing," and like kicks his feet up on the desk. All the kids laugh and stuff. Bobby says, "Man, Alejandro is so smooth. Hey, this might be just what we need. Think about it. Why do guys like us keep striking out with the ladies?" And
is this the birthplace of incels?
Probably. Joseph says, "Because I'm weird and you're chubby and kind of dumb." It's rough, man.
That is rough.
He goes, "No, don't be ridiculous. It's because we've had the same girls in the same classes since the first grade. Every girl here has heard all my jokes and remembers you pooting during the racial tolerance assembly," which I think is a fantastic line. What we need to do is find a class with a lot of girls that don't know us very well. He goes, "Yeah, we could pretend we're from the future and we need to experiment on them. Wait, this is why girls don't like me, right?"
Whoa.
Bobby's like, "Yep, yep. All right, we're at the Hill House. It's nighttime. We're at the kitchen table. And Bobby says, "Hey, Dad, what elective should I take? Peer counseling or Hawaiian dance?" Or who am I kidding? "I humbly offer tarot to your village." Hank just doesn't even address him. He just goes, "Peggy, the boy." And that's it. Just like, "You handle this shit. I'm not doing it." She says, "Bobby, honey, not now. What are we talking about?" He goes, "Okay, I'll take peer counseling." He goes, "The peer counseling program is a way for teens to help teens or tweens in the complicated world they find themselves through one-on-one dialogues and active listening." Oh God. Like that's Hank's worst nightmare, is a class like that.
Yeah, that would be my worst nightmare, to have to participate in a class like that.
Bobby says, "It's all about when kids have problems. They talk them out with other kids." He goes, "Bobby, no good ever came from kids talking to other kids about their problems." Sweet Lord. He keeps looking through the pamphlet and he goes, "Oh, they got auto shop in middle school. Done deal." He says, "But I want to meet girls. I don't think there are girls in auto shop." He says, "You got to think that long term, Bobby. Auto shop is where boys become the men that girls will want when they become women. It worked for me." And Peggy's like, "Proof is in the pudding, and I am that pudding." Ugh, gross. So now we transitioned outside. We got all 4 guys standing there. We got Hank, we got Dale, we got Bill, and we got Boom. And Hank says, "So Bobby is taking auto shop." And all of them are like, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, Wingo. Good for you." He goes, "Yep, I'll buy him an old junker car. Then we can restore it together. We'll stay up late fixing her up. Just me and my boy. Then one day when we're all finished, Bobby will get that car and he'll drive away. And then I can die a happy man." Yep.
All right.
Bobby drives away and I die.
You know what? You know what I think it is with Hank. I think a lot of the things that that Hank wants for Bobby or wants to do to Bobby. Of course, he always comes around and lets Bobby be himself. But I think a lot of the things is from his lost childhood, like because he didn't get a normal like childhood like he's been able to give Bobby. So when he sees Bobby, he sees himself, and then he's like, well, I want Bobby to experience this, or I want Bobby to do this, or I want Bobby to do this.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get to do that.
Absolutely.
And Bobby ends up being better at everything that Hank, other than sports, but everything else that Hank wanted to do, he ends up being better than him. Or Hank kind of takes over, like the Rose thing and the shooting thing, and like Hank always tries to make it about himself. Because even with the Roses, he takes over the Roses completely, and then even with the shooting thing, it becomes about his trauma surrounding that event, not Bobby's excellence in shooting. It ends up being the plot moves into talking about Hank's like mental anguish around shooting.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a selfishness thing. I think it's just the fact that he was yelled at every time he touched a gun, or he was yelled at every time he did this or that or whatever. I think it all stems from God, you know.
I think that's what we should do for our Friday. We should start a Friday series where we do a psychoanalysis on each character.
That's wonderful. I'd love that.
I think that would be great.
So he says he'll get in his car, he'll drive away, and then I can die a happy man. And everybody goes, yep, mm-hmm. That's actually kind of sad, Hank. It's a big pregnant pause, and then he says that. It's so good. All right. So we are outside at there's like a club fair, and it's outside at Tom Landry Middle School. There's a bunch of kids horse playing, screaming, auto shop. And then you see Bobby and Joseph walking through. And Joseph's like, are you sure this is a good idea? He goes, no, but my dad says it's one of those things that'll make sense later. I'm getting tired of those things. And then
there's a lot of those things. Like when you become an adult, you realize a lot of those things. Yeah, a lot of lessons you could have learned.
It's all that's all it is at this point. Bobby looks across and he sees Connie next to some girls, and she waves. She goes, "Hey, Bobby." And then Joseph's looking around. He goes, "What class is this? Chick class?" And she says, "No, it's peer counseling." He goes, "I read a story on the internet that started just like this. It ended nicely." I mean, he's such a creep.
Very creepy.
You see a bunch of kids on the ground. These guys are tickling each other or whatever, or holding each other down. And one of them's like, "Give me a minute, get it." And then Bobby says, "My dad might be wrong on this one." He goes, "Isn't your dad going to be mad?" He goes, "Oh, it's football season. I'm way off his radar." Then in comes the class leader. She says, "Hi, I'm April, class advisor. It's going to be great to have some boys on staff in case any guys ever decide to admit they have feelings." And Joseph says, "I'm having all kinds of feelings right now." And she just looks at him and goes, "Leave now." Like, that's it. That's it. Leave now.
Just done. Yeah.
Just go. No, don't need that.
See ya.
She looks at him and she goes, the both of you. And then Bobby throws him under the bus and says, "I am shocked at your behavior. Can't you see we are here to heal?" And then you just hear, man, dang. And he just leaves. It's just like he's got nothing to say. All right.
Absolutely
so
nothing.
We see the guys working on a Mustang with the hood up in a driveway, or they're at least looking at it. And you hear, "It's false advertising. This car was supposed to be a junker, but it's in moderate to good condition." And then you hear, "The problem is all our used cars are now used to decorate Hard Rock cafes." I slam the hood to leave, and then this old lady starts coming out of the front door, and she goes, "Oh, you boys must be here about my car. I'm looking for something that needs a little more work. Sorry to make you stand." Oh God, she's still coming at us, and she starts like with this walker, just like a zombie almost, just boom, boom, methodical. "I'm coming at you." And you finally hear, "Run!" and they all take off running. So they're looking for a really junked up car for this kid, so they can fix it together. Now we see Bobby all dressed up going into the trailer B2. He holds the door for a girl as she goes in. And then we get the April, the class advisor again. She goes, okay, who could tell me some major issues affecting kids your age? Connie says, depression. I just love how excited she is when she says the word depression. Another girl
Yeah, it doesn't
goes,
sound very depressed.
no. Another girl goes, drugs and alcohol. Bobby says, they took away our vending machines. it's totally fair for him.
Fair enough, yeah.
Girl turns around and smiles at him. And April goes, that was off the hook, you guys, off the hook. Now, the most important rule to remember is that you can't give any advice to your patients, okay? Great. So if we're all clear on that, let's try an active listening exercise. Hi, my name is Mary, 7th grader, and I feel bad about the body images presented by television and magazines. And then Bobby's face is like, what? He goes, she looks at him, she goes, amazing. She goes, she's pointing at Bobby. She goes, that face says, I care, I'm listening, I can help you without giving any advice. Now, here are your clients. She passes out the list of clients, and Bobby says, Jenny Medina is on this list. I've always wanted to go out with her. And then Connie says, whoa, Bobby, Jenny Medina is off limits. So are all the other students / clients. Bobby says, yeah, right, April. He goes, yeah, right. And then he turns to April and he goes, April, Connie here is under the impression that we're not allowed to date our clients. Is that true? She goes, it's absolutely true. He says, but what if a client really, really likes you and you really, really like her and you both agree to be cool about it? She goes, these girls are vulnerable and you're in a position of power. You don't want to take advantage of that, do you? Well, he goes, well, what about the other counselors? Can I date them? She goes, no clients, no counselors. Are we clear on that, everybody? Nobody can date anybody they meet here. Okay, now, group hug. Bobby, maybe you should just hug yourself since he's the only boy in there. All right, that's going to take us to our first commercial break. We'll take that, and we'll be
the first one, and we will be.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
All right, and we are back. We are in the Tom Landry Middle School lunchroom with Bobby and Joseph. Joseph says, so you can't date any of them? He goes, no, maybe I can still get into the Hawaiian dance. Maybe apparently their culture appreciates people my size. I think that's very funny as well.
Definitely.
Joseph says it's closed out. You're gonna end up in metal shop with me like this. And he holds up his hand and he's just got bandages all over it. He goes, it sucks and it's all full of dudes and sharp things. Bobby says, I guess I'll have to help people. Now we go outside the building, or in the outside building. You know, they're kind of like what do you call them? Those outbuildings we used to have, the portables. They're kind of like portables that we used to have, you know.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually, it was ROTC. We had two portables that
Mhm.
were stuck together, so it's like one long
ROTC, a lot of
portable,
the
but it
time
was
will
like
have
two.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
They had them stuck end to end.
yeah. Well, they were like instead of it being just one
Yeah.
unit, and then you walked out, and then you went to another unit. They had them together, and they had like one big porch for them, and there was two entryways, and then there was a door in between them too.
Huh. Well, that's
So
kind
they
of
had
cool.
one side was like their personal office because they
Mhm.
had a choice because the Navy paid for the portables. So
Right.
they had the ability to be inside the building or whatever, but they were like, nah, we don't want to be in there with all that noise. We just want to, we're two ex-Navy guys. We just want to be with the ROTC and just be off out here. So the Navy provided them with portables so they didn't have to add on or do anything to the
Sure.
school.
Sure. Okay, so we're going in this outside building, this portable, and I wrote down two questions here. Number one, Bobby has an office for some reason. He goes into his office, and then there's an intercom in his office, which is just nuts
I
to
guess
me.
so.
Also, so the intercom comes on. You hear Bobby, Jenny Medina is here. I'll send her back. And Bobby goes, "Oh my God, Jenny Medina!" And then you hear a long, pregnant pause because Jenny Medina walks in and she says, "Aren't you supposed to say something or something?" He goes, "I think you're supposed to say something or something." And then she takes a big breath and she goes, "Okay, so I got invited to Debbie Reed's slumber party, right? I mean, like, so what? I fell asleep first and then I woke up with my hand in a bowl of hot water. Do you think I should tell people that her father's an alcoholic?" I love that stream
Woo!
of consciousness. That is so good.
That is
Uh,
good.
Bobby says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I can only listen, not tell you what to do." She goes, "I think I'm going to tell her. I think I'm going to tell people her father's an alcoholic." Wow, I kind of feel
That's
better.
tough.
Can I make another appointment? He goes, "Really? With me?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, and then she smiles at him. She closes the door. He goes, "Bobby Medina." That's not the way it works, Bobby, but okay, sure.
That ain't it, Bobby.
Yeah. Later, we're looking at the client schedule that he's got on his desk. First was Jenny Medina. Second was Sheila Langley. Third was Amanda Garcia. And now number 4, Stacy Gibson. She's going to come in. And who'd you say was playing Stacy Gibson?
Stacey Gibson, I believe, is Allison Hannigan,
Okay.
which for those of you who might not know most of our audience should know, but for the odd ones who don't, there was a TV series called Buffy the Vampire Slayer and a film series called the American Pie film series when I was a young man and a teenager. Most of the next generation might know her as Michelle. No, her name wasn't Michelle. Lily. It was Lily Aldrin in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably
She's
what
had
she's
a hell
most
of a
known
career,
for.
honestly. She really has.
She had a really good career. She was Willow on Buffy. Then she did Michelle Flaherty in the 4. She was I shoved the flute in my,
Yeah.
her hoo-ha area lady.
Hoo-ha.
And then obviously she was on How I Met Your Mother as well. But yeah, she had a really good, solid career. I think I need to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer again.
Well, you probably do because they're about to reboot it or whatever. It's not really rebooting, it's just a new Slayer.
Oh, so are they going to have people involved? I wonder.
Yeah, Bobby. Buffy will come and like be an advisor or whatever.
What's
I
her
don't know how
name?
much she's
I
doing
can't
in it,
remember
but
her name.
yeah. Allison Hannigan, honestly, playing Willow, that was one of the first, and I'm not saying it was the first. I'm saying it's one of the first
Yeah.
truly openly gay characters on TV. Also,
Yeah, that I can remember. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Ellen DeGeneres in that failed sitcom.
Okay, so she closed the door and smiles. He's like dreaming about her. Later, we look at the client schedule. We see all that, and Stacy Gibson is coming in, and she goes, "Aren't you the kid they had to cut out of the soccer net?" She goes, "I have to debate capital punishment next period, but I totally don't care. Should I ditch?" He goes, "I can't tell you what to do. Only you can tell you what to do." That's good grammar. She says, "If I knew what to do, I wouldn't be here. Now tell me what to do." He goes, ditch." She goes, "Okay, you say so." And she leaves all happy. Outside at Tom Landry Middle School, we see Bobby down there, and he's starting to unchain his bike because he's getting ready to go home. Stacy runs up and says, "Hey, Bobby, you were so right." He goes, I was." She goes, "I ditched, and it felt so good to ditch. I ditched the whole day. Hey, I might ditch tomorrow." Dooley, then we look over and we see Dooley and Randy fighting. Dooley's holding him down on the ground, and she looks at Bobby and goes, "Bobby, do something." He goes, "Dooley, I don't think you want to beat up Randy. I think you just want someone to notice your new shoes." Randy looks over at him and he goes, Randy's being held down on the ground. He goes, "Those are pretty nice." And then Dooley's just the greatest lines of all time.
Dooley is great.
It doesn't matter what he says. I just think it's funny. There's nothing inherently funny about this line, but he says, "They're new." I mean, that's it. That's it. While he's holding the guy down on the ground. And then you hear Bobby say, "Don't you want to let him go?" They stop.
That's
and they walk away from each other. And then Stacy says, "Bobby, you saved Randy's life." He goes, "I did. These hands, this brain, I have the gift." Ah, boy, Bobby. Okay, so
Bobby.
We're out at Arlen's Salvage, so I'm assuming they're out there trying to get a car for Bobby. Still, we hear Boomhauer starts off with, "Dang old axle busted, man, and you crack too, man. That old head gas blown, that dang old piece of junk, man." And then Bill says, "It doesn't even have wheels." And Dale is this even a vehicle? And then Hank finally is like, "We found Bobby's car." I mean, this car is a piece of crap. It really is a piece of crap.
It is not very good.
No, not very good at all. Let's see. I think I have screwed things up here. Hang on. What's the next line you've got after "we found Bobby's car"? You got it up there?
After we found Bobby's car, yeah, I've got it up.
Yeah.
It said, "You should have seen me with Dooley taking charge."
All right. That's what I thought. Okay. All right, good.
Yeah. You're on
all
track.
Right. I got one out of order for some reason. Okay, so we're in Connie's room. It's Bobby and Connie. Bobby's talking to Connie. He goes, "You should have seen me with Dooley taking charge, setting him straight. When I was just doing the listening thing, I was pretty good. But now that I'm giving advice, I'm changing lives." Connie's like, "Bobby, you're not supposed to give advice." He goes, "Connie, you must be so tired of having to follow the rules all the time. But I know why you do it. You want your father to love you like the son he really wanted. But you can only be who you are." I know. I can't turn it off. He is so full of himself now, thinking that he's like God's gift to women or God's gift to advice. Now we're in Hank's garage. All four of the guys are standing there looking at this car, and it's got like plants growing in the engine. It's all beat the hell up. I mean, it's in rough shape, right? And Hank looks at it and goes, "Well, I can't wait to see the look on Bobby's face when he sees this baby. Nobody touches it." And Bill says, "Can I just replace the sump gasket? It's right there, and I'm right here." "No." Then you hear Boomhauer, "Man, dang old needle bearing right there, man." "No." He goes, "Damn it, Hank. Can we at least pick the flowers in the manifold?" "No. This is Bobby's car, and he's going to be the one to fix it." Boomhauer tries again, and they just all hold him back and stuff. These guys, they don't know what to do.
He cares. Yeah, they want something to fix.
We're at the Tom Landry Middle School lockers with Jenny Medina, and Bobby is there. He goes, "Here's the thing. Problems don't take the weekend off, and neither should I. So if you want to talk on Saturday night, say, I don't know, at the movies, I'd be happy to clear my schedule." She goes, "Do you mean like a date?" He goes, "Well, sometimes putting a label on things is helpful. So if you're more comfortable with terms like dating and boyfriend or making out, well, you're the patient." She just kind of gives him a little tiny kiss on the cheek, and she leaves. I don't think at this point she's really into Bobby as much as
I don't think so.
into her. you know?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, definitely, definitely not.
Now we're in the lunchroom. Stacy Gibson comes up and says, Bobby, I've got a problem. He goes, I was just thinking about the brain. Fascinating organ. It's your biggest organ. Did you know that? She goes, I think it's your skin. He goes, well, maybe that's one of your problems. You don't give your brain the respect it deserves. She goes, wow, that's deep. He goes, yeah, it really is. She goes, okay, so the problem is my boyfriend. Boyfriend issues, juicy. You need to dump his ass. She goes, but I didn't even tell you what my problem was yet. He goes, he doesn't call enough. He won't read your notes. It all comes down to he doesn't think that you're all that, and you are, Stacy. She goes, thanks, Bobby. So you really think I'm all that? He goes, yeah, sure, why not? Now back to my brain. Now we're at the Hill house. Bobby comes out into the garage and he goes, hey, Dad, what the heck is that? Pointing at the car. He goes, I didn't know if you were a Ford man or a Chevy man. It was the happiest problem I've ever faced. And he throws the keys at Bobby. He goes, you bought me a car? He goes, yep. And then hands him a root beer. He opens a beer. He goes, now let's put that auto shop training to work. What tool can I get you? He goes, a hammer? He goes, a hammer? Boy, have you been sleeping through auto shop or are you just being funny? He goes, Dad, I think your obsession with auto shop stems from your unresolved feelings about your father and perhaps
That's funny, yeah.
feelings. He's like going to psychoanalyze his dad now. He goes, Bobby, you know how I explore my feelings? I fix my truck or your mother's car. When Mr. Doughtree's wife left him, we tuned up his Escort. And when the little fella from Fantasy Island died, we put the ant on top of Dale's van. When the little fella from Fantasy Island died, we put the bug on top of Dale's van.
Yep.
I just love that. I love that. Hervé Villachez? Hervé Villachez? Yeah.
Something like that.
The plane. And then Bobby says, well, that's one path, but if I took peer counseling, I could. He goes, trust me, Bobby, when you're stuck on the side of the road with your girlfriend and you can do more than ask your carburetor how it feels, you'll be glad you took auto shop. He goes, okay. Now we're in class and one of the kids says, and that is why I like air. He was up giving a like a book report kind of thing. And he ends it with, and that is why I like air.
Air.
Now
You needed to breathe.
You hear the teacher say, okay, who's next? Stacy Gibson. She gets up there and she goes, I know all of you were expecting me to hear my report on the desert pecuary, but I've decided to do my report on another pig, Tony Hesperia, also known as Bastardus boyfriendus. Everybody's like, ooh. Bobby looks over and goes, she's my client. He's whispering that to Connie. She goes, that's right, Tony, this relationship is extinct. Teacher nods over to Jenny because Jenny, I forgot, is the one that's the hall monitor. You know, she's the one that Principal Moss always brings in to take care of his business.
Yeah. She's the law around these parts.
She kind of like gives her a nod, you know, because she knows what's coming. And she, but we see Stacy back up there. She goes, but I'll be fine because I've made new discovery. I've made a new discovery. And then Bobby's listening to it and he goes, oh, those are good I statements. Like he's a freaking trained anything. She goes, Bobby Hill, an awesomeness Gaius. His characteristics are caring and compassion. He's so sweet and loving, and he's always there for me when I need him. And Dooley says, you're there for people. It's just the greatest when he can show up. She says, Bobby, talking with you has been the best thing in my whole entire life. This is for you. If you want to be my baby, you don't need to pay. I'm your Stacy in a bottle. Got to rub me the right way. She goes, let's not make a scene. B-O-B-B-Y. I ain't got no alibi. I love you. And I mean, that is, wow. She has flipped really, really quick. And this is all while Jenny, the hall monitor, is trying to get her out of the door. That is going to take us to our second commercial break. Bobby is in trouble with a stalker, and I hope his dad tells him never to stick anything in crazy. But we'll take a break.
Yep. And we'll be right back. Debbie's dad's an alcoholic.
Join the Daily High Club. the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and accessories. Since 2015, we've sold over 1 million quality products and teamed up with legends like Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong. Ready to elevate your smoking game? Visit dailyhighclub.com for our El Primo subscription box or shop unique pieces today.
Discover the world of luxury sex toys at Luxury Toy X and indulge in the ultimate pleasure experience. For years, we have been dedicated to the belief that sexuality and wellness are essential components of a happy and healthy life. With over 70,000 satisfied customers, we take pride in our ability to provide products that enhance your sexual well-being. Join our community of satisfied customers and unlock a world of pleasure and self-discovery. Visit luxurytoyx.com today.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication. Curious about ED meds? Go to hellocake.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Baby girl, were you staring at me? You know that's not convincing, right? Try again. Well, you shouldn't just be staring then. You should taste.
I miss your presence, your laughter.
I miss your presence, your laughter. All right, we are back. We're at Tom Landry Middle School hallway, and Bobby comes walking through and he sees these red hearts everywhere. They look like they've been smeared in blood, but I'm assuming it's something else, paint or whatever. They're all over his locker. There's a big heart that says Stacy plus Bobby. He sees her and he runs into the bathroom. And says, from the outside, she says, "Hi, Bobby. I was thinking about you at lunch, so I went home and I burned you some mix CDs. I didn't know if you had a player, so I bought you a Discman. Do you want to pick out our song?" Bobby says, "Wouldn't be right for me to accept these CDs, but maybe I can meet you halfway and keep the Discman. Thanks." She goes, "Hey, you know what I realized? We have like no pictures together. You want to go to Sears and get a bunch taken? That is such a time period right there, man. You want to go to Sears and get a bunch taken." He says, "Stacy, here's the thing. As a counselor, my ethics mean everything to me." BS.
Yeah.
And since I'm already dating one of my clients, she goes, "But I broke up with Tony to date you. I can't believe you did this to me." He goes, Okay. Starts backing up. He goes, "I hear and respect your anger." She goes, "This isn't over, Bobby." Which it is not over, and she's nuts. So he runs into his office, and hear over the intercom, "Bobby, you have a drop-in patient." And then the door, he's afraid it's going to be her. The door opens, and it's Joseph. And Joseph says, "Hey, sometimes I have these really weird urges, like to burn stuff down." He goes, "Now's not the time. I think Stacy Gibson is stalking me." He goes, "No way. You got a stalker? This is serious. You could probably make out with her." Man, that kid. Oh, that kid. And then you hear the intercom again. "Stacy Gibson is here to see you." Run. It's like those videos that you see where he goes, dun, 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 run. Dun, 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 you know, that.
Yeah.
And Joseph says, "She's going to take me down with you." And then he jumps out the window. Bobby, he jumps out the window and runs to the teacher and he goes, April, you got to help me. I'm having problems with one of my patients. She goes, it's an eating disorder, right? Which way is it going? In or out? Which I just love that. A great way to describe an eating disorder.
That
Which
is
way
a great way.
In or out? He goes, no.
I think it's kind of funny. And I think nowadays, well, maybe not now, because I think we're on the other side of that cancel culture thing now. I mean, look at who our president is and all kinds of stuff that we got going on.
Yeah.
I think we're past that point. But I think nowadays, if you were to say something like that, it would kind of be like kind of iffy. I don't think you could say it like that. I think you'd have to posit that a different way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
In or out? Is it in or out?
Is it in or out?
Yeah.
He goes, no. It's just this one girl, Stacy, has gotten way too attached to me. And by the way, I forgot to say that whenever he went into the bathroom, she followed him into the bathroom, and she had balloons, and he was hiding in a stall and all that. So I mean, this is getting a little out of control. He goes, I've got a big date with Jenny Medina Saturday night. I don't need this hanging over my head. She goes, wait, Jenny's a client? You're dating one of your clients? I told you not to do that. He goes, yeah, well, the cow's out of the barn, April. You got to help me. He's just like, the cow's out of the barn, man. We got to go. She goes, listen, I already dinged Principal Moss's car. I don't need this. You're on your own. And so she leaves. The teacher just freaking leaves him there with this problem. He sneaks out of the building, out of the trailer, and you hear Bobby. He goes, oh, hey, Jenny. I'm looking forward to, and she goes, Bobby, people are saying that you drove Stacy Gibson crazy, and I'm not looking for that right now. And so she leaves. Now you've got sad Bobby. So he's pissed off both of these girls, you know. Now he's home for dinner, and he's just like picking at his food or whatever. And Peggy says, is everything okay, Bobby? You haven't even touched your butter. Haven't touched your butter.
That must be his favorite part of the meal is the butter.
You haven't touched your butter. You haven't touched your butter. Hank says
that would be a good shirt with like Dooley's finger touching butter.
You haven't touched your butter. And so they're sitting there at the where they've got the plate glass behind, or the sliding glass behind them, you know. So they're sitting at the kitchen table eating dinner, and you see Stacy driving back and forth on her bicycle, throwing eggs. She's throwing eggs at his house. And one of them hits, and Hank goes, what was that? And then you hear Bobby say, great dinner, Mom. Wow, what is this? Pepper? Delicious. You know, he's like trying to take it off of anything but that, you know. And then Peggy says, is that Dale throwing eggs at our house again? No, it's a girl. He goes, clients, or one of my patients. And Hank says, patients? He goes, I didn't take auto shop, Dad. I took peer counseling instead. Oh, the hammer. Yeah, of course. That was so stupid. Eggs are still hitting the glass, still hitting the house. He goes, I'm sorry, Dad. I was counseling this girl, Stacy, and I told her to dump her boyfriend because he was, well, I don't know what he was, but now she's stalking me. Then more eggs. He goes, Bobby,
I just want to know where she got all them eggs from.
She got a lot of eggs. This is before the egg hike.
You would have to take a second mortgage out to have that many eggs.
No kidding, man. I wouldn't throw eggs anymore. So he goes, Bobby,
throw chickens instead.
He goes, meet me in the garage. And then he goes outside to talk to the girl. He goes, excuse me, young lady. And he takes a big egg right to the chest, you know, smack. He goes, nice shot. I mean, that's honestly, when you think about what just happened, Hank is one of the most level-headed people you'll ever know. Because she literally chunked
just
an egg.
Pegged him with an egg, yeah.
Right on the chest. And he goes, good shot. You know, I mean, he goes, nice shot. She goes, I'll do it again. He goes, looks like you got a few more eggs there. Why don't you go ahead and throw them? And then when you're done, come on into the garage. So next thing we see is them in the garage. You got a mad Stacy. You got a scared Bobby. You got a shitty car sitting there with plants growing out of it. He goes, Stacy, here's a socket wrench. I'm going to ask you to refrain from hitting Bobby with it. Take off that distributor cap, and Bobby, find something metal and tighten it. So they start kind of talking, and she goes, tell me, Bobby, why do you like Jenny Medina better than me? He goes, well, Jenny validated me in certain, and Hank interrupts him. He goes, Bobby, I want you to tighten that bolt. You're going to need that wrench Stacy's holding. And Bobby says, Stacy, can I borrow that wrench? She goes, I guess so. Because I'm sorry if I led you on, but I don't feel that way about you. She said, you're turning it the wrong way, Bobby. So she comes over to help. She goes, I think I'm going to try to get back together with Tony. Bobby says, that's probably a good idea. I was wondering, though, what was it about me that you found so irresistible? She goes, I think it was the power. He goes, the power? That's it? I don't know what else it could have been. She goes, thanks, Mr. Hill. And so Hank's therapy session has worked. And he says, if you have any problems patching things up with your boyfriend, we're rebuilding the starter tomorrow. So she leaves. Bobby's like, now I got nothing. Kicked out of peer counseling, no girls, nothing. He goes, you know what you got? A car. As soon as we fix this baby up, you'll be fighting them off with a stick. He goes, look, I took this off. He holds it up and he goes, is that supposed to come off? He goes, no, son. He goes, but no girls have to know that, right? He goes, it'll stay in the garage. And that is the end of that episode.
That's it. That's a whole season done.
He did not even really get in trouble for lying to his dad about the class he took, because I think Hank understands that this is how tween boys are, or teen boys, or whatever. Everything's about getting the girl or the whoever you're after, and you do go a little nuts sometimes.
Yeah, you do. You can't help it. It just happens.
But he fixed him with a car, with a really, really shitty car.
Fixed him. Got him a really shitty car. What kind of car do you think Hank got him? What kind of car do you think it is?
I think it's an Oldsmobile, because it's a long car, right? I don't even know what an Oldsmobile is, though, as far as additions that they made. But I think it's something like that, like a late 70s, early 80s.
It could have had one of them. They called it an '88 Delta, I think is what it was, an Oldsmobile. It could be something like that.
It looked like a big solid car.
I personally think, okay, this is just coming from Hank's perspective here. So I personally think that Hank would go with All American. So Hank knows that if he buys a car from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, that it might be assembled in America, but most of it is manufactured elsewhere and parts are brought in to assemble them here in the States. I think that Hank would go with an AMC. AMCs are all American made. The Pacer or the Gremlin or something like that, those cars, I think it would be something like that, like a Ford Pinto kind of looking car. Maybe not a Ford Pinto, but like the Pacer, the AMC, it's like a hatchback. It was called I'm pretty sure it was the Pacer is what it was, the AMC Pacer.
Yeah, this one, the one they ended up getting was a little bit longer than that, but yeah, about the same thing. I think you're right about the American-made cars, though, definitely.
Yeah, something American made, because AMC was obviously AMC stands for American Motor Corp, but they had all kinds of cars. They had the Gremlin, the AMC Gremlin. They had one called the AMC Spirit. They had one called the AMC Eagle, but they were all like they were more like two-door coupes and hatchbacks and stuff like that. They had the Rambler, which was another car. They had one called the Hornet, but most of them were either big cars or two-door cars with like a hatchback on them.
This one looked like it was all steel. I mean, it looked like a good, formidable car. Yeah. So, all right, that is not only the end of season 8, episode 22. That is the end of season 8, folks. We are about to plow headfirst into season 9. We've got a Friday episode coming up, and then we'll start fresh with season 9. So, you want to tell them where they can find us?
You can find us at youtube.com/@BWAAAKOTH. If you're listening to this and you would like to look at our ugly mugs and my fresh new haircut, you could listen to us at youtube.com/@BWAAAKOTH.
Well, that is about going to do it for us. Thank you guys all for showing up. You always do, and we love you for it. And thank you so much for
thank you so much.
Well, just thank you for supporting us. I mean, it makes a big deal. and or makes a big difference. And we will be back again on
We'll
Friday
be
with a
back.
That Ain't Right episode, and then on Monday, like I said, hopefully we'll plow right into season 9. I think that leaves us with one thing left to say.
Oui, Matanye.
We Matanya, indeed, guys. Take it easy. Bye.
This has been